Hello everybody, I am Jason and I am a Norse pagan. And I wanted to create this YouTube channel and make this video in hopes to share my experiences with the gods and spread awareness of the old ways and the old gods. And I'm fairly new to this religion. I'm only 19 years old. I've been a Christian for most of my life. I know I'm only 19 and I have all this beard and all this hair, and I like to consider myself a pretty big guy. But growing up as a Christian for me was I didn't feel anything with the religion per se. I didn't feel a connection because I know when I was young, walking into church, I would see all these people sitting down praying, and some would be reaching up into the air like, "Oh Jesus, I feel you. Yes, I feel you." I never did. I never felt that connection with Jesus or God. I never felt anything, and I was kind of an empty vessel. I felt like an empty vessel for most of my life, and I felt like I had no purpose, no meaning. I was just kind of floating through life. But once I found paganism, once I started reading about it, and I started following it a little more, because at first the idea of this faith was so far out for me. I would have never in a million years would I have imagined as a kid that I'd be worshipping the old gods like Odin and Thor and Frey and Freya and Njord and some of you might not like this, but the first introduction I had to Norse paganism was the show Vikings. From the first episode, I was absolutely hooked, and so that naturally made me want to start researching a little bit more about this faith. And I have a couple of books I bought. One is called The Practical Heathen's Guide to Ásatru. It tells you how to pronounce it in this book, and it's pronounced Ásatru. Most people will not say it like that because people look at you weird when you say it like that. When you say it correctly, most people are like, oh, okay. I remember when I was at work one day, when I had just converted. I want to say it was maybe the first or second week after I had converted. I remember my coworker came up to me, and she's a Christian. She's an older lady. So I want to say that her beliefs are very strong. She has very strong beliefs. She's a very strong believer in the Christian God. But I remember she came up to me and we got into a conversation about what I want to do for the rest of my life, and we ended up talking about photography because I'm into photography. Long story short, the conversation ended with, her saying, well, in the name of Jesus, I know you will prosper and all these things. And once she had said that and walked away, I got the most, euphoric moment of my life ever. I felt the, oh, hi, Jesus, you're here. But it was Odin. I felt Odin. Holy crap, did I just talk to a god? I felt like my body was weightless. That's the best way I could describe it. It was the most surreal experience I have ever had in my life. And since that day, I have made an oath to Odin to never take this necklace off, no matter the circumstances. And this faith is very, 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 very strong on oaths and promises. And you don't realize, you must first realize the weight of a promise or the weight of an oath, the weight that it carries. They are one of the most important things in this faith. That I believe that promises that are made must be kept forever, never to be broken. That is something I am learning. I am learning to become a much more loyal man, much more just all around strong man, because that is what this religion is all about to me, is strength and wisdom and knowledge, and it's amazing to me. It's just amazing to me the things that have happened to me since I've started following this path. Another story I have for you about Odin is I was at the market right down the street from me, and the lady ringing me up asked me about my necklace, and she said, "Well, oh, hey, I like your necklace," and I said, "Oh, thank you. It's a part of my faith." We got into the conversation about Norse paganism, and she asked what the bottle of apple cider was, which I was going to give to Odin that day. I was going to hike to a little spot up by the lake near me and give an offering to Odin and speak to him that day. And as I was leaving, she stopped me and she said, "Say hi to Odin for me." And I said, "I will." So I was pulling out of the parking lot, and there is no doubt in my mind that this was a sign from Odin saying, "Hey, I'm here. I'm watching. I'm listening." I was pulling out onto the street in a Raven. I mean, the wingspan had to be at least 2-3 feet long. It was massive. Massive Raven. It was no normal crow, because I know a lot of crows live around where I am. But this was no normal crow. It had flown inches from my windshield. Inches from my windshield. Almost landed on my car. And it was the most beautiful moment I've ever had in this faith, to me. This faith is just amazing. So, and that really does it for me. I've introduced myself. This was kind of my YouTube introduction. And, I hope this channel takes me to very great places and allows me to meet amazing people. And I'm still trying to find a community. Religion in general, or your faith in general, is a huge core part of it is community. And, I hope this video reaches that community and finds the right people, and I can create something out of this and make everybody feel welcomed. And yeah, but that about does it for me. So until next time, it's gold.